All right guys, we're live doing a windshield replacement with recalibration on a 2018 Honda Accord 4-door sedan. And so we're going to live stream this, so whatever happens, happens. And we're just going to take you through the life of an auto glass technician through the day for this job only, and just kind of show you what's going on. So I've got my camera mounted on my head here. Got a little backpack that's got some little IRL equipment, which is in real life streaming equipment. And that's how I'm able to do this, and that's all attached on a little book bag. So first off, what we've got going on is we need to do a pre-scan on this vehicle. And so we're going to, don't worry, this is a rubber case, guys. It's okay to sit there. And same with all this. This is all rubber coated. It's meant to be sit on the hood, top, or even right here on the door when you roll the door glass down. But plug in your Altel tablet or launch tablet, whatever you're using. Turn the car into accessory mode, and first thing it's going to do is it's asking for us a repair order number. So I'm going to key in my repair order number for this job. What it's doing now is it's linking and it's connecting. It's got my VIN. I'm just going to verify that's the correct VIN number. 302. That's it. We're going to click OK. I'm going to hold this right here so you can see what I'm doing, except for when it comes to entering the customer's information. Alright, so now I need to select my area, and right here, as you can see, it's got the different countries that we need to do. We're in USA, so we're going to select that. I already filled out my 2018 Accord. We're going to click OK, verify that. Alright, we're going to do a pre-scan, and when we do a pre-scan on this, and this is before we do any work on the vehicle. When I go into the pre-scan options, it's gonna want me to put in my customer information. This is where I'm gonna take the screen away for a moment just so you don't see this. Alright, one thing these tablets want is your license plate, so you need to come to the back of the car and get the license plate and put that in there. And then it wants the odometer. Luckily for this one, it auto-detected the odometer, and so I've got it. I'll show it to you now because I got the customer's name and phone number hidden. But right now it's got my Honda Accord, his license plate, which is public information. Everybody can see it. And then the odometer right here. And then it's got my Altel information, what version I'm using. We're gonna click OK. As soon as I do that, it scans the vehicle. This is gonna let me know if there's anything wrong with it or not. While it's doing that, we're just gonna put this down. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna start prep for us and what we're gonna do. So first off, I need a very, very cold day here in Mississippi. A little trick that we like to do: pop your hood on your van or your truck, car, whatever you're using, and put your stuff. Put your stuff right here under the hood. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow everything to thaw out nicely. Temperature today is 40 degrees with a 6-mile-per-hour wind, so that wind chill. Humidity too is up, and so it's going to be a nice cold one for us. All right, I need gloves. Luckily these were in the cab, and we're going to leave my phone there because I'm not going to need it. All right, when you get to the part of the pre-test for your pre-scan, that is, on where it says, do you want to attach photos? You always want to say yes. An insurance company likes to see photos. And so I'll always take a photo of this side of the vehicle, come around to this side of the vehicle. And what this does is, this is going to, if the customer claims that I scratched it right here or whatever, we can go back and look at the pictures. The other thing that the insurance likes to have is a picture of the license plate, the back of the vehicle. So go on back to the back of the vehicle, take a picture of that. All right, once we're done, and sometimes too, I'll throw a picture of the damage just to prove to the insurance company how big it is. There we go. All right, so we got our stuff. We're gonna hit finished. Once I hit finish, here's my faults. I can scroll through them and look at them, but they really don't mean anything to me right now. And we're just gonna exit. To exit, you see the 2 cars up here with the arrow? Just hit that and say yes. All right, this is done. We're gonna put this down. We're gonna leave it in the vehicle because I've got to do a recalibration, and I've got to do a post scan on this vehicle for this job. We're gonna open the hood. We're gonna turn the car completely off. This glass has been replaced before. It was replaced by the auto glass shop that's actually just down the road from my shop. We are a mobile shop though. So today we get to see how their work gets done. What it looks like once we take one of their glasses out. I took out one of my glasses 2 days ago, and it was actually really nice. The glue and everything looked really good. I was really impressed. It really does. Like when you get to those jobs and you start working on them and taking out glasses, repeat customers, and you get to see your work, oh, it's so amazing. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these covers off. Oh, the cold weather is gonna make things difficult for my hands today. I'm noticing that there are clips that are already missing, and I want to say they might even be broke. They are broke. So we're just gonna take these out by hand. Okay, I got one that's not broke right here. So let's try and get in there. See if we can work that up. Come on, there we go. Oh no, that was broke too. They just jammed it in there. I'm gonna get my pry bar. I'm gonna take this clip off right here. It's not broke. Let's see. Let's just get underneath it. Oh look, it's broke too. So I'm going to give him new clips if I have them of some sorts, because for them to put in broke clips, that was the only good one, and when I took it off it did break. So common with Hondas working under engines, the clips like to break. They're real cheap. Not gonna bother with that. Let's see, 14 or 15 millimeter. I wonder what it's gonna be. Here's my 14. It looks like a 14. Usually though, usually Hondas are 17. So I'm liking it that they're starting to go with the same as other vehicles. Drop the nut. There we go. All right, next windshield wiper post. Just gonna loosen it up, take it off. We're gonna put everything in the bag. Everything goes in the bag that we take off the car. To take the windshield wipers off, I'm gonna press down at the hinge area. You're gonna feel it loosen right here. When you do that, slide your hand under just a little bit, push down, and slide this off the post. So we're gonna steer clear of the battery terminals. Same thing, compress down. That one's broke off, and that's it. Real easy. All right, next up, what we wanna do, we're gonna see what these side pieces are doing. No clips or anything. We're just gonna detach them from the side. I'm just simply using my thumb and I'm rolling it outwards toward the center of the car. Done there. Okay, this part, it goes underneath the vehicle frame here and it catches. And a lot of people struggle with that, so make sure you just go ahead, reach under, I'll lift it up a little bit and pull that out from underneath there. Same thing back here. Reach under, pull that out. Do the same over here on this side. You can see it's really tucked under here, and so it would fight. So all right, lastly, what we got to do, this whole thing is clicked in with a track, so we're going to come break the bead on that and pull straight up. Slide my pry bar in. I'm just going to slide the pry bar all the way across, and that's going to take the whole thing out of the track. Done. hold. All right, so we're gonna do the same on this side. And then we're gonna pull the cowl completely out. We're gonna set it off to the side over here to where it's not damaged, not stepped on, nothing. All right. There's nothing else we need to do. There's no heated wiper park area to disconnect on this vehicle, so we can go ahead and drop everything down. Make sure everything's gonna sit nice under here. And I'm leaving, and we're done there. Next up, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna watch out for his glasses, our seat, phone, and we're gonna get that pine straw out of here. Phone charger. I always come in on the passenger side. I like working on the passenger side when it comes to these mirrors and stuff. Just kind of makes it easier to see things. I'm gonna grab a few tools to help me out. And okay. So all I'm gonna use, I might need a Torx, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Just gonna use a flathead, pry bar, and a pick. These are gonna be my main tools that I kind of go for. The cover here is falling off, the whole bracket. It's not the cover falling off, it's the bracket has detached from the glass. So it's gonna make it a little challenging to get off, but we're gonna see if we can get it. So first thing, I'm gonna take off this back area behind the mirror. There we go. Just slide that there. Yeah, that came down nicely. I like to put all my stuff right here. Some people put them in the back seat, and that's fine too. So you just kind of want to give yourself room. Okay, we're not going to need a Torx to get the mirror off. We're just going to twist it. Both hands. I'm just going to let it dangle right there. Let's see here. Take my sunglasses off so I can see it better. Okay, on this lane departure, how to get it out of the bracket is going to be actually really simple. You're just going to grab it at the bottom here, bottom front. You're going to put your thumbs on these posts, and then you're going to pull back towards you. That's all you do. And then looks like we do. I'm going to need a pry bar. So going in and prying this. I want to try and get underneath here to get this off, but with this bracket it might not be possible for me. I might just have to rip the whole thing off and then zip tie it up there or something. So let's see. There we go, we got one. Let's try going in this way on this one. Sweet, got them both. All right, put that back in the bag. Lastly, I'm gonna need my flathead screwdriver. All right, on this, we're just gonna come in on the side. I'm gonna push up and then pull out a little bit with that, pry out, that is, with the pry bar. Not pry bar, flathead screwdriver. Same thing on this, you're gonna push up on your finger right there, pry that piece out. And now we can just grab it by the cable here and we can pull it down. Go very slow. You see all this stickiness from the rain pad. I want the rain pad to come off either the glass or off the sensor itself. And again, looks like whoever did this last, and he told us, it's that shop just down the road from me. They had a bubble right here. It never even made contact here. So what we'll do is we're going to take this rain sensor off, and you can disconnect that. We're going to take it back to our van over there, and we're going to clean all this off. We're going to put a new pad on there for him. I'm going to put my sunglasses, safety glasses back on. Inspect this one more time, making sure I've got everything clear. And we do. All right, and we are ready to go get our cutting tools. So all that goes in the bag. We're cutting this one out, and we're going to set this using the little buddy today. We're not going to use the Pro 6. We're not going to use the quick set. We're going to go with the little buddy today. Have a little fun with it. Some people struggle with setting those up. It's been a while since I've used it. How long has it been? It's been a little over a year and a half now since I've used the little buddy. So, but it'll be a fun tool to use. I don't know why I grabbed the shield yet. Don't need it until later. Alright, so what we're going to do, my line is broke a little bit, I believe. I don't think that's the original line. I'm just going to reach in, suction that to the glass. We're going to jab it through. And what we're doing is we're aiming for right in this area, the corner. The more toward the corner we can go, the better. We don't want to go straight down like this, because you see we'll hit the track and it'll be a tough time getting your line through. So make sure you, sometimes this track comes all the way over here, so make sure you go just on the outside to where you can grab it. So we're going to go in right here. Yeah, nice and thick glue. Pull that out. And you know what, guys? I've jumped a step. I forgot to take these exterior pillars off, so we're going to pull our line through and we're going to go do the exterior pillars real quick. And we got new clips in case these clips break. But we're going to pull, we're using P8 line. We're going to pull to our red. It is marked. And we're just going to run the line underneath the track there. We're going to leave it right there. Let's get our pry bar and let's pull off the exterior pillars on this vehicle. So these are really easy. I like working with these, but if they do break, and like I said, another shop has worked on this, so we'll get to see what they did and we'll repair anything that they did. Just sliding this under, getting it even with the clips, and then we're just going to pry back toward the glass. We're just going to set that up here. If it was a really windy day, we'd put it inside by the center console area. That way they don't move around up there, but the wind that's coming through here, it's not too bad. It's very soft today. So there's one. Come on around. Alright, all those look good. Let's look at these real quick. These all look good. They didn't tear them up or anything. So props to them. Usually they get torn up and they don't replace them and they'll put glue on it. And I'm glad to see that all these are in good condition. Let's see, mute that. Alright, I'm going to look for my drill bit that's going to go in the drill. Go ahead and get this prepped and we're going to set it in the car. Put it to the orange right there. Show you again. And the reason you put it to the orange and you don't go all the way, if you go all the way, your drill is rubbing the tool and you're going to carve out where the pump is, that is a section of that. So it tells you how far to go to the orange so that you have the clearance here so that your drill is not rubbing against your tool. That costs a lot of money. So we're just going to set this right here. Alright, finished stringing the car. Love working with strings. I have a Blackhawk and a regular reciprocal saw that I can use, but I prefer to use the strings. I also have my cold knife blades, but again, anytime that you can use the string, I always like doing the string because it's a little safer for the vehicle, safer for me. I'm not going to hurt myself, and I always recommend using a fiber line or a string. It's just so much easier, so much better for everything. It doesn't take as much longer. Some people say, oh, it takes 10 minutes to string it. Well, no, it don't. Some people even, it's just like probably 3 more minutes is all it is. And it really does make it where you as an installer can be out installing for way longer throughout the day, because you're not super tired when you get to your last job. You're still refreshed, still feel good. So my string's gonna be just long enough to where I need it. Kind of need a little bit more, but this will work. I'm gonna put my suction cup down here at the bottom. Loop it around. Actually go a little lower. Alright. I'm going to do one more inspection over here because I forgot to check. You want to make sure your string is between the glass and the clips. You don't want it on top of the clips or behind the clips. You don't want to rip them off. All that looks good there. So, let's see what glass they put in here. 4970. Okay, 4796. Same glass we got. Alright. Put my drill in the spider. There's the tension. Switch that back to a 1. We were doing some rust removal yesterday. There's my VIN number. I'm going to cover my VIN number. I always cover the VIN numbers. I want to make sure that we don't catch anything on it. A lot of glue. Don't let your drill hit that radio screen. You don't want to rest with all that tension or anything. It'll crack the glass there on the radio. We're just going to lay that there, and we're going to move over to the other side. Drill is operating in a reverse motion. It's not operating in a forward motion. So make sure when you're using these fiber lines, that you're going the correct way you need to. And there's no way you can wire this up to where the drill is going to go in that forward motion. It needs to be in that reverse motion to pull that string back in. Ooh, that's where they joined, because I got real tight there. Now it's getting real easy. Just jumped again, jumped again. There's no pressure whatsoever. I'm starting to wonder if they slid this under. Okay, got some pressure right there, and I'm about to catch this pillar. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that there to shield the pillar on the interior. Come around the corner, there's the pressure. Woo! Another joint spot there. That feels nice. Sides are always really nice. It's all using a fiber line. It's really interesting. With your experience on using these, you'll be able to go through and kind of feel out the areas as you're pulling the string through on, you know, where the leak was happening maybe, or where they doubled up the glue, or their joint spots might have been. You'll be able to tell with a fiber line and just experience on doing this. This all feels nice. This is a nice bead right here on the side they did. They did a good job on that without me looking at it. Line was moving, I saw that. Popped off over here. That's okay though, because what we'll do is we'll come over here, we'll try and pull some of our line out, and it's not wanting to. Oh, look at that, we broke the glass too. But that's okay with me, because we are replacing the glass. Let's go at an angle like this. Now when we pull this, I need to watch this cup. We don't want this cup to spin and then rub this frame right here. So just need to keep our eye out for that. If I see that happening, I'm gonna need to stop immediately, go over there and reposition my cup. But we need to get this around this line, this corner right here. So we're taking the slack out. All right, there's the slack's gone. Come on around the corner. It's moving. Yep. So what we're going to do, and we might have to use a cold knife on that corner there. Sometimes these corners, they put way too much glue. There's just nothing we can do. Let me try restringing it real quick. Oh. Yeah. Let you sit right there for a moment. Put that under. Need, there it is, need my pick. So what's great about doing this job is we get to see if this glass was slid under or not, and did they truly do it the proper way. And you know, by their agreement, they are a full-fledged member of the Auto Glass Safety Council. They agree to not do the slide-in method. They agreed to do it the proper way every time, and we're gonna see if they did it. And if they didn't, I'm gonna tell you which shop it is without naming them. I already told you they're by my shop, but there's 4 by my shop. There it is. We're around the corner. So once you get around the corner, there might be a clip or something that your string will sometimes get hung up on. What you want to do is just kind of use your shield in those areas, and it's going to push your fiber line above that clip area, and it's gonna pull real nicely. If you get caught on that clip, you might break that fiber line, and that's no biggie. If you break the fiber line, just restring it or switch to a different type of technique of cutting out your glass. So we're good. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the driver's side. Now, most of my cutting happens from the outside of the vehicle. On this side, when I'm doing the top and I'm doing this half and they've got lane departure, I will jump inside the vehicle and watch it. I want to make sure I get around those power cables and not cut anything. So feet stays outside the vehicle, they never come inside the vehicle. Put our drill up there. So looking at this line, I am caught. We're going to work it around all this, and that looks good for me. So we're going to pull. Feels really good, sounds really good. Another joint spot, got tight. Come on, get around the corner. Didn't catch the pillar, which is good. And now we're moving again. Okay. So to take my drill out, what I am doing, I am switching it to the forward motion, and I'm just pulling the trigger just for like half a second. And that's taking off the tension, and it allows me to pull my drill out without fighting it. And lastly, what we're going to do is cut out this side. All right, that's fine. So what happened was my fiber line broke. There's the brake. We're just going to take this out. And that corner there, it felt like they had put too much glue there, that there was a joint spot with their glue. And not an issue. We're just going to go cut it with a blade. So let's go grab, you know what? Let's get the Black Hawk. It's right here, should be ready to go. Need a little bit of lubrication on these blades. You can use water, you can use your glass cleaner, just anything. I would not use WD-40, and that's too much lubrication. Alright, be careful when you go in with your blades. These blades are sharp. You don't want to cut the dash. Make sure your safety is off. Alright, we're free. Blade is out. Put the safety on. Alright, we're going to take this glass out real quick. So just kind of push it back up into the position, lean over the vehicle, lift it up and out. So his new windshield's right here. Let's go get I like to put away everything that I took out. So inspecting the car, making sure I got no other tools laying out. Should have one, and there it is. My shield and my pick. So I like to keep my shield and my pick inside with my tool. And when I break my string, I'll just kind of leave it all there. That kind of lets me know that, hey, you broke it at the last job, reminder, it's not going to be as long anymore. So kind of a warning, if you feel like replacing me, go ahead and do it now. If not, have fun. Just a little note, and then my blades here, my blades drawer. All right, speaking of which, trimming. All right, this used to be $13. I misspoke in one of the last videos I posted. It's now $16. I went back online, so I guess inflation's got it where, you know, it's going up now. But the blades are still a really good deal online for them. You get a pack of 10 there, and they come nice, lubricated and sharp. Golly, look how thick that glue is. This is a nice glue size right here. This size right here, that's just too much. So, looking to see, making sure I don't see anything, any red flags or anything. Here's a red flag. They put the glue too high on this vehicle. Yeah, don't like that. That's another thing. Okay, so you see this paint, this glue, this urethane, this is paint from the car. You see how it's just peeling off there? Glue, urethane does not stick to paint. Y'all remember that. So urethane sticks to urethane, and it sticks to primer really good. So when you're doing this, make sure you, what I'm saying is, make sure you put primer down. Make sure you use that stuff. Make sure you use it properly. Don't put it down and immediately put your urethane on. You can't do that. It does have a time that it needs to set up and wait, based on temperature, based on movement of air. So make sure you read that and follow the instructions on whatever primer you're using. There are different primers out there. The ones I like to use is going to be the 5504G from the warehouse with a large dauber. I don't do the pins. Hey, look at that. That thick thing of glue, I'm just staying right on the urethane line, and everything that's on the paint there is peeling right off. Look at that. Real easy. Look how easy that peeled off. I didn't use any pressure with my hands there, my fingers. Double line glue, which on Hondas is correct for the center part, and I don't know 100% why they do that. I suspect they do it because they have so much of a dip down that they don't want papers falling down and getting stuck in here, and so that's why we see that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we're going to make sure we put that back for them. That's how the factory wants it. We're going to follow that instruction. Same thing here. Look at the urethane on the paint there, and there are some scratch marks here that they didn't prime. You see that? My blade, look at my blade. My blade's nowhere near that as I'm pulling across, and look at that scratch. See that scratch mark there? So that's not from us, that's from them. They didn't, what that tells me is they didn't apply any primer at all. They're not following that. This glue though, they are using what feels like U428 plus HV. This is the consistency of that glue. It's primerless glue to glass. Now, does it mean it's primerless to paint body of a car? So just keep that in note. Make sure you truly understand what that means. Primerless, read the whole sentence, primerless to glass. So, just a thought. All right, I'm trying to take things a little slower too. Trying to teach you. This is for, these videos are not for the experienced guys that's been doing auto glass for years and trying to you know, better train their techniques. This is for the do-it-yourselfer, or for those first year techs that just, they need some help and they need to understand a better way on doing this to improve their technique. that's all this video is for. So been doing this now for over 6 years, and I thoroughly enjoy this. And I watched a ton of YouTube videos when I first started out, from Luis and Alfredo, and they really taught me a lot. And I kind of love watching their videos now and seeing what new tools they're using. So, all right, what we're doing now is we are doing the cleaning phase of the vehicle. After you get the urethane off, you want to go through, clean it up really good. Clean a little bit of the top, and the reason I do that is for my tape. I want my tape to stick really well and not immediately fall off. These corners you need to pay special attention to. And there is a live chat for this YouTube video that we're doing. This is live. You could chat with it. The only requirement is that you have to be subscribed to my channel in order to chat. So now, do I go and view the chats? I will go view them. I don't have the time on the job to sit there and answer your chat right then and there. So if you got a question about anything that you see in this video or any of my other videos, you can email me at sales@metroglass-llc.com, or you can post a comment on the video. I do check my channel. I respond to all comments that are on the channel, and we usually do that every week. It's one of my little things that I do, and I'll read your comment and I will engage back with you however you'd like. You set the mood of the comment. If you got genuine questions, I will give you genuine answers back and help you out with whatever questions you got. And now, do I do in-person training? No, but these videos can serve as an in-person training for you. They can help you out because all vehicles are the same. So same process on everything that you see in this video is the same process that's going to happen. Now, where it changes is the type of glass. And then some vehicles, you know, you might not have an exterior pillar that you need to take off, whereas on this vehicle there is an exterior pillar that you do take off. So, and then on Jeeps, on the Wranglers, there's no cowl to take off, and so that's nice. You just kind of pull the windshield wipers back and you can immediately string it and start cutting it out. But the phase that you're seeing right now, where we're doing the cleaning of the pinch well, trimming of the urethane off, and we're now putting a primer on there, this is all the same. And it's gonna be the same in every vehicle that you work with. So what we're gonna do, I almost messed up. I was going for the top there. You don't do that. Start at the bottom, and that's in case if it drips down into the engine compartment, and it doesn't drip down into the inside of the vehicle. We're going to put primer all the way around, and we're aiming for the inside edge. I don't want to go too far outside. Now, where they had nicked his vehicle here, we are going to fix that. So what we're going to do, it's not resting. We're going to move our primer brush up, and we're going to put a primer coat over that, and that's going to stop and prevent that from resting, is what we are hoping for. So there we go. We're going to do the same over here. See if there is any cut marks. There is cut marks. There's double cut marks actually on this side, which now starts to lead to believe me that they used a reciprocal saw to take this glass out. It's always neat what you can tell the other shop did when you come after them after you get the glass out. With experience, you'll understand this. You'll start recognizing things. You'll be able to tell what type of glue too, because you'll see You'll know when it's Sika. Sika sucks. Sorry, Sika representatives, but in Mississippi, that is a cheap glue. It pits, it leaks, and it doesn't hold right. I don't like the stuff. I want something that's gonna hold solid. It's not gonna pit and create those cracks and valleys where water works its way through, gets inside. I want something that's gonna hold true and keep that water out. And that's what I'm getting right here. I'm not being endorsed or anything from these people, but I'm telling you, U428 Plus is the glue to use. It is nice, it is sweet, and I like it. So now we got our primer on there. We're gonna let it dry. I'm gonna move this molding over here with my other moldings. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna prep the glass. So let's open this up all the way. Let's get our little buddy out. Let's set it off to the side right here. That's gonna be our set tool that we use. The reason I'm using it instead of using the quick set, and the quick set will work on this, all my videos have the quick set in it. I do got one video that's got the Pro 6 being used in it, and I want to get more out there on those, but I have 0 with the little buddy. So don't let this confuse you. It says little buddy Pro 1. It's not the Pro 1. This is the Pro 2. The reason it's the Pro 2 is because I got this right here. I was going to take this pin out, I can adjust it tilt. That's the Pro 2. And it is nice and beautiful. Love working with it. Take our glass out. Dirty glass too. Alright, doing a visual inspection real quick, make sure there's nothing wrong with our glass. Not seeing anything. Woo, cold days. I love them when it comes to these. Okay, to get these off, guys, in the summertime, much easier. You can just grab the sides and they peel off. Get a pry bar, go right underneath the corner, just twist the pry bar. Make sure it's plastic pry bar, don't use metal. Man, they even put them on the inside. All right, we're gonna throw all these away. Got gloves on, but luckily they used painter's tape on this one. We're gonna see if we can get it all off. Yeah. That's nice. Same thing here. We'll get that off when we flip it over. So what we're doing here is we gotta prep the glass, which means clean it, get all the tape off, any of the stuff that they put on to protect it, the foam pieces, take off any stickers that is there. So I'm gonna go through my pocket here, get a razor blade. We're gonna take off these little stickers that got left on from the foam pieces. Hopefully I can just slide underneath and pull straight up. These two can stay. It's on the inside. They're not going to hurt anything. I just want the ones that are visually be seen. And we're going to come throw these away. And then I got one more down here I like to remove. I don't like leaving the sticker. I don't trust it to be out of the way. I don't want my urethane to sit on top of that. So I want to make sure I've got urethane straight to glass. Let's go with this one. Rag. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean all this tape residue off. That one's going to need a little bit more help. So we're going to get our razor blade back out. Keep the razor blade at an angle, don't go straight up and down. If you can lubricate the glass, that helps. And that gets it off real nicely. I'm gonna do it on these other ones real quick. Alright, so that's done. Let's finish cleaning this. I like to clean my edges of the glass first. This allows me to go around, inspect the glass more detail. Got some more tape residue here. Let's go ahead and get that soaking. There we go. And when you're cleaning this, you want to, anywhere where it's not a matte black, you want to get off. And I'm hoping you'll be able to see this now that I've changed this angle here. All right, when I wipe, you see this edge, this 1/4 of an inch of an edge here, it's not this color of black right here. I can clearly see there's something on there. So if I'll keep wiping, then when you go over it, you see all this now matches, but this right here still needs to be clean. And so you can spray it. You can see sometimes too where the fingerprints and contamination is when you're doing this. Right here, that was contamination. Get that off. Got some tape residue right here. More tape residue. And looks like tape residue right there. It's coming. Alright, that's good. This rag's got a little too much dirt on it, so I'm going to replace it. This one looks way better. So we're going to use this rag to do the final cleaning on this. And this is a very dirty glass. It has sat in the racks for a while at the warehouses. While I was cleaning, I saw this. It looks to be just tape residue. And then that's gonna be outside. Right there, tape residue. It's in the frit. All right. Clean the molding off real quick. Just a quick wipe. Set all this down, and we're ready to go ahead and start attaching all of our suction cups that we want to use. So with the quick set, or not quick set, with the little buddy, let's see here. That's gonna be the driver's side. Like I said, it's been years since I've done this. Not years, it's been a little over a year. About a year and a half. Alright. So what you want to do is take this guy here. We're going to pull a pin. I like to stow this pin. Shut this door all the way. Alright. Put it up here. And you want to get it as low as you can go. And that's going to be it. And we're going to take it a little forward. And now, what we're going to do, we're going to level it out. Still staying low. And that looks good there. So we're going to suction that to the glass. Alright. We're going to check this direction here. We're going to level this out. That's level there. And we're going to lock this pin in. Not through that one. Right there. That'll work. Sometimes I like it to go lower if I can, but we're just going to leave it there for now. We're going to keep it at this right angle right here, and we're going to measure. You do this kind of similar thing with the Pro 6. You measure by attaching your suction cup to the door glass first, and with the Pro 6 you'll just go from right about here, which is where that hook is, up to your top of your roof line, and that's where you want to do it. Now what we're going to do here is we're just going to measure from here to there at a true right angle with the vehicle, which is going to be here. So we're going to take this measurement, we're going to come over to our glass, we're going to put it at the top of this molding, and right here, pretty much where that stamp is where we want our tube to be coming out at. Now don't put this tube at a straight angle like this coming out. Only do that on a Jeep windshield. This glass slants back. And so because of that, you want this arm, you can look down it, you want it to face that corner, your other suction cup. So we're going to suction that to the glass. And that's good. Okay, on these you have this side is up type deal, and up means it's the part that's going to go in that hook there, and then you're going to want to extend this all the way out. Do not touch this bar. Okay, so we're just going to leave that right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our urethane. Let's take this off. I don't need that there. We're going to put this bar all the way out. We're going to get our urethane, and we're going to apply urethane to all this. So let's go get our gun. Our urethane is under the hood in the sauna. So just set that there. So I'm going to grab the one that's already opened. Used this yesterday. We're going to come over here. I'm going to clean out the tip here that is dried up some. And so I just shoot into a dirty rag. That's it. Check my battery, and this is good, ready to go. Step up on the frame, lean over the vehicle, and that allows you to get a single bead all the way across the top. At the same time, keep this lower. I'm not going to want it so high. You don't want to touch the molding because urethane doesn't adhere to moldings. It'll help hold the molding down and on, but it doesn't water seal, and that's what I want. Stay in toward the inside. Don't go near the clips. It's too far out. All right, I'm out of urethane on this tube. So let's go pop this tube. I'm not gonna need that third one there. I always put an extra one in the cold weather time in case something does happen. You know, maybe my original tube before has completely dried up. and I need to completely replace it. So at least I'll have 2 glues that have been thawed out and are ready for me to use. It's just a backup. Now, I don't have to get in the pinch weld for this one. For the rest of the vehicle, I have to stay on the outside. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back, I'm gonna lean over. What you want to do is you want to go on the inside, not on the outside, and that allows for when water flows down, it stays outside and it doesn't get bogged up here and try and penetrate and go inside the vehicle. So when you're connecting your glue, same with here, don't start outside, that's wrong. Start on this bottom inside here, and then I can make my curve, and that's going to keep everything water sealed tight. No way for water to get inside this vehicle. Now when you're at the bottom here doing the join, it doesn't matter which side you go on, but I'm going to go inside is what I'm going to do. And then my last thing, come over here where I'm not reaching all the way across the vehicle. I'm just going to put a bead right on top. Stop right there. We're done with this. Next, you need your dauber that you use to put your primer on. You're going to come over here and you're going to join the glue together. So we're going to start at the top right here. We're going to pull this down and connect it as one. We're going to push this part up. Make sure we got a good pancake. This is called pancaking. Same here. Smash the two together. Slight hole right there, and we got that patched. We're going to inspect. Everything looks good. We're going to pancake this together. All right, we're ready. So we're going to shut this door. Make sure the red line is not showing on these. There's your red line. So we're good. You do not want this like this. Put this bar this direction here. When you swing and you're going around the vehicle, you want to stop right here with the swing. Do not let the swing get at a true right angle 90 degree where it's going to go in this glue line here, because when you push back, it's going to push it to where that it's going to want to touch your glue. So you don't want that. That's a no-no. So what you want to do is you're going to swing, it's going to swing around like this. You're going to want to stop about right there. So make sure you hug that headlight over there when you're coming around that fender area. And then whenever you're pushing back on that glass, this arm's going to kick out like this. And it's going to invert all the way to this side here. And then that's a good set right there. So right angle is where we want to start. We're going to come back over here. We're going to inspect this glass, make sure we've got everything done to it that we want it to be done. And the last thing after we inspect it, make sure we got that track out. So I'm going to look at my glass. Everything's looking good. I'm not seeing anything. Let's set this out. Keep this in the up position. Up is top side glass, not up like this. That it is pumped in. We're good. Bottom of the glass, everything looks good. Nothing's laying on it that shouldn't be. I'll come in here. Ow. We're going to pull this molding track, not a molding, track out. Throw it away. Set that down. And then we're going to inspect these suction cups here. They are good. This is ready. We're going to close this door right here. Make sure I got the key to the vehicle so I don't get locked out. And we are ready for a set on this. Again, this is live, guys, and I haven't used a little buddy in a while, so excuse me if it's a little off on its measurement, but I'm pretty sure I got it. So I'm gonna hold my suction cup, left hand here, right hand goes here, not here. And what this does is this allows me to comfortably hold the glass. Then I'm gonna lift my glass up and it's very comfortable. Instead of holding it right here against your chest, to lift it up above your head. That's a nice comfortable position to walk with it. Now we're gonna come over here to the side and we're gonna put this in the arm. Once we got that, I'm gonna rest. We're checking suction. It's holding, and so now I can switch. We're gonna turn our glass up like this. Swinging it around, staying near the vehicle. That arm is kicking back out. We're gonna slide under, and I'm gonna push the glass into its position on where it needs to be. And then hovering, and now I'm gonna lay it down. We're good. You know, one thing I forgot on my prep, guys? I forgot tape. Stay. It's whining. It's like, oh, you forgot the tape. How dare you? I love it when my glass talks back. It's that trap down there. Okay, so here's my tape. Majority of the tape is going to go on the glass. Don't go 50-50. We're just going to leave it right there for when I lay it down. I'm going to come over here now. We're going to line this up. We're going to get this fixed, and we're going to set it. So we are very high. If I had more glass to deal with on this laminated glass here, I could go lower and get this lower, but I was unable to. You can also get that accomplished by lowering this a little bit lower. So put this suction cup at more of an angle. Instead of going to my cup over there, go further past that corner and bring it down to about right here, keeping that sharp angle up. That'll get this lower to the glue. But we're still okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up. I'm going to make sure I'm going to make contact when I drop it, and I am. And so we're going to start lowering. And so let's lower. And actually, no, I don't want to take it off. We're just going to drop it right here. So we're going to let out the air slowly. And pull my way just a tad. I want it to come over. And that's it. That's where I want it. So I'm going to get this tape up. I'm going to push the glass up just a tad. Right there. VIN number looks really good. We're going to leave all that alone because now that I've got that side laid down and set, I need to come set this side. Alright guys, we are back. I had lost my battery as soon as I set this glass. I stopped exactly where I was at so that you don't miss a thing. Now, I'm going to push this glass off this edge just a tad, so we are going to slide it over. I can do that right now. And that I like. We're going to take our suction cups now, and we are done with this. Inspect this side. This side looks good. And we can smash it down, not too hard though, and we can go ahead and start putting all this stuff away. I gotta look into why the GoPro ate the battery so quick, because I do have it hooked up to a battery bank. That battery bank is powering everything, and so it should be powering all of this. But I'll look into that later. Right now, let's finish this job. You're not pressing down a lot, guys. The glass is pretty heavy already. It will make contact with the glue. I'm just going around lightly pressing on it. and making sure it is fully making contact with that glue in the position I want. So don't go and think you got to put your body weight into it. That is wrong. Just going around and lightly push. A little bit into it. You know what? I got a razor blade in my pocket. Let's go ahead and get this off so we save a trip. Sticker is on there. These PGW stickers usually come off really nice. This one though, it's not. It's being temperamental. So, all in all, that shop just down the road from me that set this glass last, they did a pretty okay job. They didn't use any primer, which is a letdown, especially since they scratched the frame. And they didn't cover that up. They let this customer go with a very nice vehicle, and they pretty much said, you know, yeah, we don't care. We're gonna let it rust, and that way we don't have to warranty it next time you come in and use us, because there will be rust there, and that's what voids a warranty. So that's a shame. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean it real quick, get these stickers off. Okay, that looks good. Put that in this pocket. Tape residue in the corner, some down here too, so we're just going to scratch at that real quick. Check with your shop before you do this method. A lot of people do not like you taking razor blades to glass. Every shop is different on that, so check with your shop that you work with and make sure it's okay that you can take a razor blade to the glass. The guys at the warehouse that sell us these glasses, that prep them for us, keep them in the rack, pull them down, give it to us, they cannot use a razor blade on these glasses. It is against their company policy for them to take a razor blade and scratch at it. PGW will not allow it, Pilkington will not allow it. I don't know Migrant's policy on it, but I'm sure they're the same way, that they're not going to do it. They will take a buffing pad to it, but they will not take a razor blade. Against their policy. That's a good one there. All right. Actually, let's use that first. Careful with my molding up here. Alright, that's done. Oop, grab this one. It's crazy, painter's tape is leaving that much residue. Just shows you how long it's been sitting in there in the rack. Still got some sticker residue right here to get off. It's coming off nicely. Again, this is live, this is unedited. We are out in Jackson, Mississippi, replacing this windshield live right now. Well, of course, you watch this video later. Now hang this rag up to dry, and I'm going to put that away. Make sure there's nothing else in the pockets. Got his keys, razor blade we can put away. Put it in our blade drawer. Anything else? There. Alright. Let's take this little buddy Pro 2 off. Lock it. Alright, let's put that hood back together now. Once we get the hood back together, we'll go inside and we'll start working on the inside and getting that all nice. So. Sliding the cowl back into position. Make sure you work all this stuff around everything. Get it all the way up there to the glass. Put everything back how you had it before, how it was when you found it. Everything looks good. Everything looks like it's starting to align nicely. The posts are in. So here's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to push this cowl into the track. No trouble right there, but we got it. Trucks can be easy, or they can be a pain in the butt. They vary from vehicle to vehicle and glass to glass. The last glass that I did on a Honda Accord, the truck was barely hanging on to the glass, which made snapping it in really fun for me. This one, really good condition track. This is going about how I would normally expect a track to go. Now we're going to tuck all this. Same thing on this side. Make sure I tuck these back underneath the frame. All right, we're ready for the exterior pillars. Line them up. Make sure they're where you want. And we actually need to go under that just a tad. Get in there. Everything's lined up. Just tap it down once you got it where you want it. I'm going to pull up just a tad so that when we put it in there, it seats real nicely against that top. Do soft taps first, then you can really give it a good pounding right afterwards. I crack myself up sometimes. Yeah. All right, that lined up exactly where I wanted. So I'm just going to push down. Now to make sure everything fully clipped, go back and just give it that little beat. Work this all down and into its position it needs to be. And let's remove this tape, not tape, but it was some sticker residue. Put that in our trash. We're ready to jump inside. So I'm going to need a new rain pad. It's going to be this one right here. It'll be an 1845. And we're gonna need something to clean it with. I don't like using my rags, so we'll use a dirty rag we'll use up the last of this glass cleaner. Going on your passenger side, again, easiest thing to do. In the summertime, make sure you have that door open so you can breathe in here, because they get very stuffy. So let's see, let's go ahead and clean this. So I'm just gonna kind of start going at it with my rag here, seeing how much of it we can get without spraying any type of water, chemical, liquid, anything on it. And it's coming off really good, actually. I might not need it at all. Y'all might not be able to see that angle, so showing you what I'm doing. And we're going to switch to a new clean section on the rag. Just a little elbow grease is all it is. Circles, fingernails every now and then. Clean that up. What's scary is there's a crack in there on this rain pad, or a rain sensor. I'm hoping that other glass shop didn't do that when they took it out, or drop it after they took it out. Y'all saw me, I never once dropped this or used any tools on that. So, alright, I usually like the GGG brand rain pads. They didn't have any in our warehouse, so I've got the RSK brand. The RSKs are stickier, I give it that. But to me, they're a little pain in the butt to get the air bubbles out, and to also get this off. You see how the clear came off and the red stayed on? I need the red to come off first, and it's not wanting to cooperate. And yes, the pull tab here, look, the pull tab comes off. The sticker does not, the red part. So that's what I'm fighting. We're just going to do it this way. I'm going to stick it on. Make sure you get it centered. We're good. So now I need to pull off. You're supposed to pull the red off first. That way you can see it, make sure there's no air bubbles, and if so, then you can just smash around and then pull that clear part off. But as you saw, I couldn't get the red off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for my tiny little flathead screwdriver. We're going to use it. We're going to try and get underneath there. Create us a little area that we can grab it and pull. Stay down. There we go. We got it going. Ooh, ooh. Nope, I did have it going. Again, we are live. So you're seeing the life of an auto glass tech and what we deal with. This is, look at this. This part sucks. Come on. You do not want to touch this pad. So we're just going to use my screwdriver here. We're going to pat everything back down. All right. And it's going to have to go on like that. When I get it to the glass, I will smash it against the glass. There we go. Make sure it's in, and then we're going to connect the cable. All right, that's done. To do this is real simple. So you're going to put the front part in first, get those lined up. There it is. Now, pull out just a tad. There we go. Push straight up and push forward. That's it. Camera's in. We're going to fasten these back into the positions it needs to be in. Come over here, attach the mirror power cable. And now, remember, you just turn these sideways to take them off. So do the same to put it back on. Turn it sideways, find that sweet spot, and then rotate. All right, let's analyze this real quick. A lot of these are different. Some of them are all the same where you just push them up. This you do not push straight up. And here's why. You got these front flaps here. So I need to slide the front end first into this track right here. Then once I do that, then if you look at this, then you just slide it, push it straight up. So let's get the front end first. Sometimes you do have to move the mirror. Ooh, glad we saw that. Let's get that fixed. I think I just opened this garage too. I did. All right, and we are at the inside pieces. Get that where we need to be. So front is clipped in, and then you push straight up. And that is on. We're good. Last piece here. So now, again, move the mirror. You can slide it from the passenger side into the driver's side, and then clips in on passenger side. So you can go behind the mirror. Getting stuck on a cable. There we go. We just slid in on driver's side, and now line it up and push straight up on the passenger side, and that's done. And that's how you do the mirror. So, we grab all of our tools. Now we are ready to do our recalibration. So I'm going to shut this door. Oh, we need to do our wipers, and then we can do the recalibration. Just put that glass cleaner down. And I said I was going to get him new clips. So let's go into our clips. Let's see what we got in here. None of these clips. Those will not work. Let's go into these. These two with that will work. I'm not seeing any others that'll work with this one. So I'm gonna have to use his clips plus these two additional clips here in order to make this work. And let's see what I've got in the bag. I'll pick up parts when I go to salvage yards if they look really good, and I'll use them. And look, I've got some more clips right here. So we will use these as well. Okay. So let's use these on the sides, these really good ones here. If it'll go. Yep, it's going. All right, so that's one. That's two. That cow is secured really good now. Let's go ahead and go dead center. That's gonna help keep it where I want it. Don't forget, this is also attached to that glass. Lay those there. I'm going to take this socket with me. Let's get these windshield wipers in position, and then we're going to find three more clips for him to use. Right there, this one needs to go down. Now when I move this, I don't just grab the arm down here and pull up or down. What you do is you compress this a little bit, disengage the teeth that's behind here, and that allows you to move the windshield wiper into the correct position it needs to be in. covers. Posts are covered. And now let's go through his clips right here. And let's just put them back. And they'll hold a little bit. Remember, they were broken sitting there and holding the cowl reasonably. That's not what it is. There it is. Okay. So, I am done. Now we're going to go through the recalibration process. The vehicle is facing north, so hopefully I don't have to move it or anything. Hopefully everything will work as it should. But that sun is a little bit low already for the day. And we're only at about 1 p.m. right now, maybe 1:15, 1:30. And so it might cause some problems. All right. First things first, we need to get all of our stuff out of the way for the recalibration process. I need to get my equipment out. This is the car cow. It's a 3.0 system. For this one, we're gonna use it as a 2.0, and we're gonna use a Honda Target. I'll come back for that in a moment because I need to know which Target they want me to use. So real quick, we're gonna turn his car into the on position, and while I'm setting it up, I'm gonna turn it on. This is going to charge that battery, make sure that while we had the doors open, we didn't run it down or anything. Drop his door glass, shut the door all the way. Turn my tablet on. I'm going to log into my tablet. We're going to go back into diagnostics. And now right here in my history, it's already there. We're going to hit pre. Okay, it's establishing a connection. We're going to go back into our vehicle, and now it's going to give me the option where I can do a post scan on it. I can do the recalibration, whatever I need to do. I'm going to go in and we're going to recalibrate the lane camera for this vehicle. Alright, so there's my post scan. Do not click that yet. We're going to go to ADAS calibration. And what's weird about ADAS calibration is you can't go straight into the recalibration phase. You have to... It's asking if it's on the passenger side, and it is. You have to do a fault scan first. And so while that's doing fault scan, I'm going to get my tablet here. Hey, just doing a little video real quick. We're going to break this down.
What's the video for?
YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube. And training purposes.
You need a thumbs up from a...
Yeah, if you like. But you gotta drive it. You gotta drive it and make sure you're satisfied first.
Yeah.
So, because you gotta make sure everything works. So this is gonna be our calibration tower. It's the car cow system, and we're gonna set it up at the height that we need to be. Make sure it fire those lasers down there, and make sure everything's squared up with the vehicle.
The lasers in the thing.
It's at the bottom down there. There's a little black laser that's wrapped behind all this metal right here. It's going to fire. It's going to make sure we're squared up on your logo there, and then we're going to line it up with our target here, and we're going to make sure all that is straight
Does
and
everybody
level.
do this?
Not everybody.
Really?
Yeah. Not everybody. Venable does this, but they don't use a car cow. They use Altel. They use the MA600.
Ah, the MA600.
Yes.
I hate the MA600.
I do too. It's that one requires chalking out everything, measurements, tires, making sure the car is perfectly level, dropping a dial from the front, and it's just like, you get away with lasers. You can do it with that way. All right, so once you've done this, what you want?
Will I notice any difference?
Hmm?
Will I notice any difference?
No. No. So lane watch system, we're going to want to enter that, and it's going to ask, is it equipped with a navigation system? We're just going to look in there, and I do see a navigation system. And now when you get to this, don't check everything. You're just going to want to check while we are doing the replacement. And the reason for is because we replaced the windshield. Hold on. Let's cancel that. Let's look at that. That's lane watch. I need this. There's no response on that, so I'm going to exit out. We might have to go back in there and figure out why there's no response on his ADAS. Go back in. We're going to do diagnostic. Enter. It is on. I see it. It is green. I have 0 volts. I'm not connected to his car. So let's exit this. Let's go figure out why I'm not connected. What happened? Yeah, I came unplugged. All right, diagnostics. We are green light. We're gonna go in. Diagnostic again. All right, there we go. I see the vehicle. I got good 14 volts on the vehicle. VCI is connected, so we should get it now to where we can get our measurements that we need. ADAS calibration. It is in park. Yes, it is on passenger side. All right, this looks better. Fault scan. Everything's passing right now, which is good, but we're gonna go in and still do that recalibration. No response on the multi-camera system. Scanning body. Heads-up display will be scanned next. Alright, so now what we want to do is, there we go, integrated driver support, monocular camera. We're going to enter the diagnostics phase by hitting the plus symbol on the side. Alright, we're not doing a radar calibration because we didn't touch it. We only have to do the camera calibration because the camera is what's in the glass. Radar's in the bumpers. Because we don't take that off, we don't have to do anything on that. We replaced the front windshield, so you can check that option and hit OK. Now it's going to tell you everything you need target-wise, and it's going to tell you your distance. So make sure there's no objects down the line. There's none down there. I will shut my door so that the camera doesn't see that. And then we're going to go into the setup phase. Now this is going to tell me everything I need to know on where to do my setups, and I am going to have to enter in some measurements. So now what I need to do is measure between the wheel hub and the front bumper and get this measurement here. So we're going to come over here and grab my tape measure. We're going to lay it out. Make sure it's center of the wheel hub. Center logo right here. Coming out to the front where I'm shooting my laser back to this target here. We're going to come down it. And right here is where we're at. So we're at 940. So we're going to, and that's typically about where every vehicle is around. It's going to be a 985, 940. 935, somewhere in that frame. And then if they got an extended bumper on there too, like a hitch or something, you need to accommodate for that and put those measurements in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go out with our stand and we're going to shoot from a distance of 3060. So this is where we turn our lasers on. I'm going to center you up. We're going to come out this way. This is about the distance. It might be a little closer. We're going to put our target stand into a continuous firing mode. 2, 3, 4, 5. I got an error. Start a little closer. Alright, I've got an error on my laser. I'm going to restart it. Battery might be dying on it. It might be too cold for it. There we go. So we got an error. So because that's giving me an error, we're just going to go ahead and roll a tape measure from this point. We're going to center it up. That's it. The stand needs to be back there. I am going to shoot the laser manually. So let's turn it off. And make sure I am at the distance that I want to be in. Let's fire the laser one time. See if this will cooperate. I bet you it's the battery. I haven't charged this thing in a while. Fire the laser. Battery says it's good though. There it is. Alright, so we're at 3,840. Come forward. $3,587, come forward. $3,407. What do we need to be? We need to be 3060, I believe. 3060. So take it back just a little bit. Fire that laser. $3068. That'll work. Push it forward just a tad. And now let's level it off. So come around to the front. Find my laser. Make sure it latches here. And I want to look and make sure I've got it as well in the other parts. So right here's where I'm looking. We need to make sure it's here and here. And so we are good. We are squaring off right there. Next up, we need to come over to our tablet. Tablet's going to tell us which target to use next. So we go to our next page and it's going to tell us the height that we need. And so we are done. We can exit. Click OK. All right, so 630, not yet. Okay, there's my targets I want to use. So it wants to use the dual Honda targets instead of the Honda single target. So these are going to be the big square rectangular ones. Usually right here in the front. And one of the bigger targets. Yep, Honda. Huh? You're a freaking scientist. It's all measurements. And now, here's our target. It's even marked driver's left. And then we've got measurements right here that we can do. And so we need to put this at 630. Line my arrow up with 630. And then it's even going to tell me my height. My height is going to be 1,500 millimeters. And so we're going to look right here. Be careful not to move the stand. We're going to raise that to 15. Right there. All right, being very careful. Same thing here, 630. And this is the passenger side. We're good. Make sure we're squared up. We can turn our laser off. And then what I want to do is we're going to hit OK on this. We're going to take the vehicle and we're going to put it in accessory mode real quick. Do not do a recalibration with the vehicle in the on position. Just put it in accessory mode. That cuts down on your vibrations. There's confirmation. It wants my stand at 1,500 millimeters. I've already put it there. We're going to hit OK. We're going to make sure that we get everything connected up, and it's going to do a calibration. Operation has been successful. So we're going to take a screenshot of this. for the insurance company. We're going to hit OK on our tablet. We're going to escape. And now what we're going to do is, since we've already, that's it. Recalibration is done. It was that simple. We're going to do another fault scan on it. That body electrical with those 2 faults, not my problem. I'm only concerned about what I touched, which is that camera. So once I do a fault scan on that, I'm going to exit out and we're going to do a fault scan on the whole car and break this whole thing down. But after I took those targets, set them up, came back over here and hit the OK process, calibration took, what, 5-10 seconds tops. So you can really move with the CarCal system and all tell. It's a good thing to get invested in and to get going. We're going to hit escape, go to our post scan. We're going to break the car down. So as soon as we get fault scan, it's scanning now, it's doing my final report. And now we're going to break all this down. So that's it. Take my targets slide together. Ow, got me too. And then with the CarCal system, they get us this nice case. We're gonna go and put it back in the case. We didn't catch the bottom correctly, so let's do that. Redo it. Still didn't catch it. There we go, got it. All right, we're in. I'm gonna fasten that up so all my cards stay in and don't come out. We're done.
I like working with people who are kind of OCD.
Huh?
I like people who are kind of OCD about their work.
Oh, on how they do things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like perfectionism and doing things the right way.
Check things with measurements and lasers always.
Yeah.
I'm very OCD when it comes to that.
Yeah. It seems like the right way to do it.
Oh yeah, well, this is a safety sensor, that camera is, and if it's not working right, then, and you get in an accident and it didn't do what it was supposed to do, which is alert you if you've got turned it on, or stop the vehicle, if, you know, from the time that it kicked in to based on your speed and everything, if it didn't bring that vehicle to a stop safely. Now if you're on the interstate, that's a different story, but when you get above 37 miles per hour, that safety system kicks in and it starts working. And if a car pulls out in front of you and you've got it turned on and you're doing the speed limit, it's supposed to bring you to a stop within inches of that other car. Yeah, I wouldn't test it though, but that's what it's supposed to do. Now, if it doesn't do that, the insurance company, they can go into that computer, they can pull the file, they can look and they can see, was that camera properly calibrated? They can look and see who did the replacement work on it last, and that's why we document everything, and then they can go after that shop. They can sue that shop and take them out of business pretty much. So you have to be, you know, I'm pretty much putting my signature on this car saying, I'm now guaranteeing this car to keep you safe on the road.
So you've got some liability.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've got $2 million insurance coverage on my business and myself.
So you're making YouTube videos, training videos?
I do. I use it for training purposes and for those people that like to go out there and see, you know, watch their car be taken apart and put back together. So, because every vehicle's the same, but it's impressive, like I was telling you earlier, when you get under there and you take that windshield out, what did the other shop do? And what did they forget to do? And as an auto glass tech, you'll be able to see that. And what they did a good job on that. They scratched it at the top there, underneath the glass, and which if it had stayed longer, it would promote rust. Luckily, we caught it. There was no rust in there, and you'll see that in the video if you go back and watch it. And I primed over all that area. Typically where you don't want primer, but you're not gonna be able to see it because that molding's thick and it goes over your roof line there. And so that primer is going to lock that in and prevent it from rusting.
You do chip repair too?
I do, yep. Got the sand in all the way. Strap her down. just gonna put my foot here and make sure she don't fall while I get it strapped. I gotta make a better system on attaching this, strapping this to the wall. All right.
I took a little video of you doing your work if you wanted for whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Let me close all this out. I gotta do a few more, attach some photos here for the insurance company. And so we're gonna do a picture of the car right there. I do the same photos I did before I started working. You don't have to get the license plate, but they do like to get the VIN number. So we're gonna get our VIN number. And then the final picture that we're gonna put in there is we're gonna go to our files and we're gonna go to what we took a screenshot of, showing the calibration was successful. And we're gonna attach that to the file and hit finished. And now when we exit our report here, and we're gonna say, yes, we wanna exit. And it's gonna remind me to grab this.
What cars are you doing today?
Good day, 7 cars, all by myself.
Just you?
Just me.
Do you have any employees?
I've got one guy that helped me every now and then. He's a student at JSU.
Oh.
So, and then we're gonna verify the car starts so that we don't leave him on a dead battery. And we got a good start. And so let that run and we'll turn it off. And that's it. And now I'm gonna clean this windshield, or this door glass right here, and we're good. I use just a glass cleaner sprayway from Amazon. That's it. It's ammonia free. Pretty much leaves 0 residue as well on there. So like street clean, this is some of the best stuff to use. I love it.
You use microfiber cloth?
I do. I use the ones from you get them at Costco over there in Ridgeland. You get a pack of them, huge pack. Now, you don't have to use microfiber on glass. You can use a terry cloth. Terry cloth works actually better. That's my urethane that we used to seal your car. That was a spare tube.
Didn't want you to forget it.
Oh yeah. And we're done, guys. So thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna shut this camera off and I'm gonna handle up the final stuff with the customer and tell them the rules.